Hello everyone, Jack and Telling Me for Life Fish. Just a quick one before it rains. I'm just showing you this incredible little setup which I've just finished. This started as an obsession which I have for fishing overgrown rivers where there's no room for overhead casts and long-headed lines where you need a space behind you to load the rod to make the cast. 8.5 foot, 6 weight, incredible rod, and I'll show you how well it performs. Portuguese cork, graphene blank, Fuji Torzite K-series guides. The K-series shape stops the line tangling on the stripper guides. Oversized single leg guides that are angled. That keeps the rod close to the blank so it's not trying to twist under load, but with them being a little bit bigger, there's less resistance. The design of this is a deep loading rod, but with the graphene in the blank, it's ultra light, and when it recovers to straight position, it stays there. So it applies power to the cast very smoothly, but as the rod gets to straight position, it stops there, transferring the energy very efficiently into the line. Ultra slick guides, high performing blank. The line is a low diameter coated running line on an integrated shooting head. This shooting head, as you can see it going in the guides, has no loop to loop connection. Just brighten that up. On the end of that, 17 foot head and then an 8 foot 3 inch per second tip. As you can see, it's casting as a line should, rolling loops out. I can feel the rain coming, so I'll have to be quick. There I've got about 35 feet of running line, and I just want to show you how efficient this little setup casts. It is unbelievable. Punchy little outfit, good for tight, close quarters. I also use it on the local still water where there's no room for back casts because there's trees and fences and, well, buildings in the way. Just a small still water setup. But on the river, it's lift, sweep, anchor. And it is a ridiculous setup to use. It's efficient, it's easy. With the rod being a high performing rod with the ultra slick guides, there's nothing to hold it back. So you don't need to rely on a fast action rod and a lot of fast movements to create line speed. The rod is doing the work for you. Just single spay. It is unbelievable. But it's easy, which is most important. It'll overhead cast. Colour change needs to be at the tip of the rod because it is a shooting head. Little overhead cast, little movement, and it does not get any easier. I'm obsessed with this little outfit, and when I start fishing, the casting itself becomes an obsession. But as you can see, no room behind me, very little cast, anchor, and that is a long cast for a very light setup. Rod weight only being 80 grams total. It's only a 6 weight, 8.5 feet long. Perfect for smaller spate rivers, smaller overgrown rivers, for salmon and sea trout, and even brown trout when the levels are a bit higher. But I also use this on the local river, fishing for perch, and I also used it when I was in Canada, bass fishing, because the head being shorter and more compact has more power, so you can carry, well, cast bigger flies, but you don't need to use a big heavy outfit. This is weightless, but with very little effort, out it goes. That is a long cast, it'll be 70 foot cast on an ultralight setup. It'll snap T-cast all the same. And work very, very efficiently. Now, I don't really like the snap T-cast because it splashes on the surface, spooking fish. But with this, I've designed it so it's power, but also presents. So a little single spay, and it all goes, but I'm not thrashing the surface. But yeah, I thought I'd show it you today. The guys that have had a cast of it have all been obsessed. Never used anything like it. Lift, sweep, anchor, and cast. It's an unbelievable rod and line setup. I tried it with other blanks, but without the graphene in the blank, the material didn't behave quite what I wanted basically. You could get rods that load deep enough, but when they recover, there's a little bit of counterflex, putting shock waves down the line. But I can get, with this modulus carbon, a deep loading rod, so it's not stiff at all. But when it goes to straight position, it stays there, being very, very efficient. Because the quicker that you can get the rod to stay in position, the better it'll transfer energy. And you've not got the shock waves putting squiggles down the line. But you don't need to move fast. You can just lift, sweep, anchor, and it'll keep going and present well. But yeah, just thought I'd show you just how effective it is, because I am currently obsessed with it. It's too easy. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.